everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what...
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And in the backfield out of this starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Under 10.
On second down now, Bernard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Stevens, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Come on, QB, come on.
2nd and 15. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
To throw on 3rd down, Stevens. And this is going to be incomplete.
Stevens pass. Intended for Tyler Boyd.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Here we go. Here we go.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Mariota. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A look there at the defensive starters for Cincinnati. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Stevens. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Now a carry for Bernard. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They find some open field here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Mariota, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mariota now. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 5-yard line.
On 2nd down, Bernard. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Stevens. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The numbers for Zeke from last week: 19 carries, 52 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
On second down, Elliott. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Mariota from the gun on third down. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
And out now, here come the Bengals. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Bernard, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on second down. Stevens. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stevens. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Uzama. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Now this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage, took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback, and he used his legs to hot-foot it for a first down.
On first down, Bernard. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go,
To throw on 2nd down, Stevens. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. That's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Bernard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
To throw is Mariota. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw Mariota. And that's Elliott, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Stevens. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Stevens. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
50 seconds, come on. Here we go, again.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mariota, he finds his target. It's Schultz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Mariota. That one complete to Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Draw play, Elliott. on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
I'm going to hit you.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, past the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Mariota. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead, not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And the lead is down to 4. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was Marcus Mariota with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Here's Elliott. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Mariota. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Here we go.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Bernard. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Right there in the middle, 55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stevens. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stevens. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off the play fake, Stevens. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Bullock good on the extra point. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. Mariota now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, Mariota. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Mariota. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now back to the ground with Elliott. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Throwing is Mariota, and that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That had to be a nightmare as a ball carrier. You look up and see his big bear claws coming at you right away. No chance.
And just think how the game continues to evolve. We always worried about the defensive ends and the outside linebackers bringing pressure. How about the play now? It's not just eating up blockers for these guys inside, is it? It's eating up blockers and making plays in the backfield.
And just eating. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Off play action. Stevens. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A first down throw for Mariota. Quick hitch, complete. It's Elliott. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Mariota. Open man is Noah Brown. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd down, Bernard. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The Bengals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Stevens. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Back to throw. Stevens. He completes it to Boyd. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Got a man open. It's Ross. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And the Bengals on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Stevens. Open man is Uzomah. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now Bernard, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Looking to throw on second down. Stevens. There's a short one caught by Uzomah. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mariota. And that's Elliott, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run with Elliott. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. From the 44, Mariota throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schultz. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Mariota got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mariota. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Now Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Elliott. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Back to throw. Stevens. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Defense wins championships, baby.
To throw again, Stevens. Open man is Ross, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Stevens. And this is going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
The run by Elliott, a good one on first down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 2nd down, Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just...
Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Still trying to catch our breaths from the ending to this one. When we went to break before overtime, we said we were going through scenarios, what could